What's going on, guys? Welcome again to another edition of Twisted Vapour. Hope you are all enjoying your day. So today we're looking at a very nice little pod system today. Yes, we're looking at Innokin's attempt to take over the Aspire Breeze 2 with this. This is the EQ pod system by Innokin. So without further ado then, let's dive on down, take a look in the box. Okay then guys, let's take a look then at the new Innokin EQ pod system. So this is the box it comes in. As you can see, we do have a picture of the pod straight on top there, as well as our usual Innokin warnings and things there. At the side of the box then we do have EQ, as there is the EQ pod system. At the top we have Innokin. On this side we have absolutely nothing. On this side we also have Innokin. And on the back then we have another TPD compliant little markings there, as well as our contents of our kit and our scratch and check authenticity and our usual little warnings down there at the bottom. So to get into this little box then, we just simply slide the sleeve off like so. Very simple sleeve to slide off like that. And then we are left with this lovely little white book style box with the honeycomb EQ logo there, as I said. If we open it up like so, we can see the EQ pod system just there, as well as our accessory box. If we have a little look inside our accessory box, you will find some goodies. You'll find your usual USB charging cable. You will also find a little user pamphlet on how to use the mod, well, the pod. And you'll also find this little white envelope. So inside our little white envelope then, guys, we've also got a internal battery safety care guide. Very nice that they included that. Always nice to see Innokin thinking of safety first, so big thumbs up there. There's already your pro. We've also got our little warranty card, guys, as well, with the QR codes there as well. And we've also got the warning and safety booklet. Again, Innokin always thinking of safety first. Then we have what we've come to see, the EQ pod system. So starting from the top, and we'll work our way through. So at the top then, we do have a very nice protective lid covering our 2ml capacity pod at the top there. As you can see, it just says push to open, so we just give that a little push and the lid comes off like so. Put it back on, give it another push, there we go, comes off. Simple and easy as pie. Put that back on. Moving a bit further down then, we have the fire button and the on off button. And a bit further down we do have the EQ logo there. At the bottom then we have the Innokin logo again, a couple of markings there, as well as the capacity of the internal battery, which is 800 mAh. And as you can see there, we also have our USB charging port. On the back then we do have this very nice little honeycomb pattern here again at the bottom, which you can feel as well. It feels raised up, which feels really nice. And then of course you have the actual body of the pod system. Now the body of the pod system, guys, isn't actually painted. It's in like this really nice smooth silky rubbery finish. It's really nice actually. It feels really comfortable in the hand. Very nice. It doesn't feel like it's going to slip out your hand or anything. It feels really nice. So let's look at the actual pod then. So again, we just give it a little push. Now I will say, guys, if you forget to push and you just pull it, it will pull out the pod, which can be a bit of a pain in the ass. So remember, you've got to push the lid, pop, hear it pop, and then it just comes off dead simple then. That way then you're not faffing around with your pod. So we take the actual pod out then. We do have a 2ml capacity pod here, all in one piece, with a 0.5 ohm plexus mouth to lung coil. Very nice. We'll get into that a little bit more later. At the bottom then you can see we do have our little connected plate there for it to fire, which connects to the two little pins down there. Now to fill it, we just simply give this a twist like so, and it will open up like that, and you'll be able to fill it through one hole and air will escape through the other. I'm not going to fill mine because mine's already full. So what we're going to do is just going to give it a close over. Now when this is closed, it doesn't leak, it doesn't flood or anything like that. I've had no problems with the opening and closing mechanism. Once it closes, it does close and it stays closed. As you can see, we have our little airflow slots there. We have one there and one there. They are only tiny little holes, guys, so this is a very restrictive mouth to lung little setup, so no adjustable airflow there. So if we get the little pod system together again, which again, this does not matter either which way you put this, it will work either way, so it doesn't really make a difference on which way you put your pod, which is also nice. I like that. So simple operation then, guys. It's a 1, 2, 3 clicks and you have a little light show like that. Now in this configuration, straight off the bat, you'll be a little white light like so. This is the standard mode. Now the standard mode is roughly around about 12 watts. So you're not really, it's not a really strong high vape. It's quite a nice subtle 12 watt vape. And it vapes quite nicely, which we'll go up top and we'll do in a moment. Now if you're not happy with the 12 watt, if we go 1, 2, 3, we can then activate its boost function, which will then take us up to roughly around about 13 to 15 watts, somewhere around that region. Again, I've got no way of testing that to make sure that is accurate, but it's somewhere around about 13 to 15 watts. And we just go and hold the button in. It'll switch over to red, see that? And then if we press it 3 times, 1, 2, 3, we're now in the boost mode. So now, when we fire it, we're going to get a little bit more wattage. We're going to get roughly around the 13 to 15 watts, as I've said. And as you can hear, it's cooking a lot better now. So that is it. Other than that, guys, there's not really much going extra for it. It's a very simple little pod. 3 clicks on off system. 1, 2, 3. There we go, we're off. Want it back over to normal mode, same situation. We hold it down for 2 seconds. 1, 2. You then flick over. You then switch it 3 times again. 1, 2, 3. And we're now back into standard mode again. Very nice, very simple. 3 clicks on, 3 clicks off. Hold for 2 seconds to switch between your modes. Very, very nice. So, only one thing really left to do with this then, and that's to go up top and give it a little bit of a vaping then, yeah? Go back up top. Okay then, guys, that was an up close and personal look then at the brand new innokin EQ pod system. The juice we're using today again, guys, is some of Sussex Vapour's Rancher Grape. If you're looking for some grapey goodness, then I will leave links down in the description below where you can go and pick this up for yourself. We'll pop the top cap off, pop, and away it goes. Let's get this thing vaped, shall we? So we'll put it in its standard setting, which is the usual 12 watts. Let's give this thing a quick little vape and we'll let you know how it goes. So mouth to lung first. Yeah, nice vape production there. The draw is quite tight, so it is like a proper mouth to lung draw there. It is really quite restrictive. It's nice. You're getting a nice amount of flavour there. Not so much vapour, but you are getting a nice amount of flavour. Let's try a direct draw then. Now that's a little bit better, but you do have to give it a real good suck to get some good amount of cloud out of it to do that, with that airflow being so restrictive and not being able to adjust it, which is a bit of a pain. So let's put this into its boost mode then, and we'll see how that fares. So 1, 2, 3, 3 clicks, hold for 2 seconds. We are now in our boost mode. We give it another little 3 clicks, 1, 2, 3. And we are now in our boost mode, which is now roughly around 13 to 15 watts. Let's give the mouth to lung draw a toot first and see whether the flavour and the vapour production has improved. Yeah, there's a little bit more flavour there. It is warmer, a lot warmer. It's not as cool as the 12 watts. The fact that we have ramped it up a little bit makes it a bit more of a warmer vape. But we are getting a little bit more vape production there. The flavour is there, but again, it's a warm flavour. Let's try the direct draw then. Yeah, so we are getting a hell of a lot more vapour there than as you've just seen. We are getting a lot more flavour. It is more warmer, it is a lot more warmer. It's a really warm vape in fact. And you can actually feel the warmness coming through the centre of the mouthpiece as well. If you actually suck on it long enough and hold it firing long enough, you can actually feel that warming up as well. So let's move on to our pros and our cons then. Okay then, so let's do our pros then. So the first pro of this then is I love the way it feels. I love the finish on it. It feels really nice and comfortable in the hand, very nice and silky and smooth. Really nice, comfortable. Next pro is the fact that it is very small, tiny and very nice and pocket friendly. I like that. I like that actually quite a lot. It makes it very nice to just shove in your pocket. The next little pro I have for it then guys is the little charging port at the bottom. It does actually charge the battery up quite quickly. It is only a little 800 mAh capacity battery, but the battery does last you quite a while. And then when you come to charge it up, it does charge up quite quickly, which is a nice little pro there. I do like the fire switch as well. I think that's quite a comfortable position for it as well, right dead centered in the middle of the actual pod there. I do like that a lot. I like the whole design of it. I do like the actual colour of it as well. I love the blue and the white combination there. I do think it looks really, really nice. The other little pro I have for it then guys is the little boost mode. I mean, a little pen with a little boost function. It's quite nice that. So I do like the little boost function as well that comes with this little pod kit. I also like the mouthpiece as well. Like I said, it is a very comfortable mouthpiece. You know, it's perfectly shaped for your mouth. It is. It's a really nice little comfortable mouthpiece. Wish it could have been a little bit more in capacity. Probably say 3mm would have been a little bit nicer, but because of the TPD compliancy, it has to be 2mm, which is a little bit of a bummer. But there you go. So cons. Let's do our cons then. So the first con I have for it then guys is this lid. It can be a bit of a pain in the ass, especially if you don't want to leave a sticker on that reminds you to push it, because if you don't have the sticker on and you take it off, you can actually forget and you can just pull it out like that and you're forever then putting your pod back into your little device there, you know. So it can be a bit of a pain in the ass, that little lid there. The other little con I have for it guys is the fact that it does get pretty warm when you are in that boost mode, especially if you're doing direct lungs, big direct lungs. You know, you can feel that heat build up in that drip tip there, well, in the mouthpiece. Yes, it does make a really, really warm vape. So that's about it for the pros and the cons. What I will do then guys is I will leave links down in the description below where you can go and pick this little pod kit up for yourself, as well as links in the description below for Sussex Vapour to get yourself some of this grapey goodness. And I think about that wraps it up guys. So I'm going to have one more little vape here and I'm going to call it a day I think. Very, very nice. Okay then guys, so until the next video, I'll see you again.